and they'll look right into the face of their mother as if to challenge the mom to get them to stop doing what they're about to do. And so the mom plays in. Oh, Junior, let go of your brother's hair. Do not pull his hair. I mean it. And what does he do? 3 years old, weighs it. Getting in trouble with mom, having the joy of yanking my brother's hair out. Right? And then mom comes running across the room and it's like, yeah, do that! And spank. Whoa! He played out right there the choice that all of us have in every command we're given. See, the imperative leaves that room, that choice for you to have. God said to the first man and woman, you got the whole garden, just don't mess with a tree. And what did they do? I mean, they had a little help. Snake kind of told them some lies, but ultimately they said, yeah, sounds good, and off we went. Yeah, you have a choice. So here's what you need to understand about this command of love. It's not going to happen automatically. Has anybody noticed that? Anybody woke up this morning and didn't feel like loving the person you woke up next to? Yeah. Yeah, you've been commanded to by God to do that, but as we all know too well, we don't have to do what God says. But I want to leave you with this, that love, by its nature, is a choice. Write that down in your notes. True love, by its nature, is a choice. True love is a choice, then, that we make. And this is probably, to me, one of the most important things that you could ever learn about love. Love is not going to just happen. Love is not going to just occur naturally. In fact, in a world marred by sin, the opposite is true. We are going to have this inertia that pulls us toward unlove, to loving ourselves, to doing everything contrary to God's love. So if we're going to see God's love enacted in the world, if you're going to see God's love enacted in your world, you're going to have to choose to do that. Now, if this was the one thing that I could teach every married couple before they got married, that your marriage and your love in your marriage is a choice that you make daily, because the feelings that you have, married couples testify, the feelings that you have leading up to your marriage, those can kind of change. Just a little. Add the stress of money, the stress of general life, the stress of children. Feelings are a little harder to come by. They're not necessarily going to be there. And so I love it when I get to administer a wedding, to be the whatever, pastor, is that what I am? I'm a pastor. And join two people together. And I take it very seriously. This isn't Vegas. I'm not wearing an Elvis suit. I'm not doing this for the money. I am with you, if I marry you as a husband and wife, to covenant with you before God. Remember those lines in your vows and stuff? Before God, for you to say, I choose to love this person. It could be all feelings and stringed instruments and walks on the beach leading up to you guys getting to this altar. But when you get to the altar and you stand before God and me and you say, I do, that is a choice. It's not a feeling. 10, 20, 30 years after that covenant meeting, I sit with couples who come to me and say, I just don't feel love for this person anymore. And I'm a lousy counselor. I really am. Because all I want to do is look at them and say, I don't care. I don't feel like caring about that, what you just said. How about that, pal? Because your love feelings, they're way down the track in this transaction. Listen, you know why they call them vows, right? Because they're volitional. It's the same root word in volition and vows. Volition means choice. You choose to be with this person till death does you part. Or whatever the right phrasing is there. It's a choice. And we could save so many marriages if people would just understand that. And listen, I know I'm a lousy counselor. I'm a zero mercy guy. I'm really bad at it. But don't think that I don't understand that. It's hard. Everybody look at me. Love is hard. God's kind of love is unnatural. And the world and everything that it teaches and values is going to come against it. And it's going to be hard. To set yourself aside is hard. To lose in a fight is hard. To not demand your rights and to live a life of entitlement is hard. But when you covenant in love between you and God, between you and a husband and a wife, between you and your kids, between you and your friends, you're saying, I'm not going to be capricious in this love. I'm not going to, be up and down like the Dow. I'm not going to just go with my feelings on this thing. Love is a choice. It's foundational. It's not going anywhere. It's a choice we make. That's kind of embedded in this whole first command. John says, hey, let us love one another. He says, do this, love one another. But we have the choice. And so for us to even begin to love like we've taught you all summer, the way God says to love, you got to decide to do it. I got to decide to do it. And you're going to have to do that every day. I sat and talked with a lady just after the second service, ex-husband, just blowing her life up, just being a real pill. Everybody on Jerry Springer would understand her duking it out with this guy. But we don't go to the church of Jerry Springer. At least I don't. No, we go to the church of the one true God who is love. And so I prayed with her, God, give her love for this guy, because she doesn't have any, and he's not working for it. Give her love and let her choose. So whatever relationship you are putting in your head right now, that relationship where it's hard for you to love, choose. Choose to love. Obey the command. So some of you look at me and you say, okay, fine, okay, I'll choose to love, great. But I don't have love even after I choose love. Like I'll say, yeah, I'll stick into this relationship. I'll do what I can to honor you in this relationship, God. But I don't have anything to give. Let me give you some good news. Next phrase, ready? Beloved, or dear friends, let us love one another. Make the choice. And then it tells us the source, the origin of all love. What's it say there? For love comes from who? Great news. Newsflash. The love that you and I require, the love that we lack, especially in relationships with people that we don't love, that is something that we aren't expected by God to generate by ourselves. It's something that He has in storage, in Himself, at the ready, to give you to implement into that relationship. That's why we pray, by the way. We pray for things, we ask God for things that we do not yet have. Has anybody ever woken up and gone to the kitchen and as you're getting ready to have breakfast say, God, help me to get the Cheerios out? And Lord, help me. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'm just giving you an example. These aren't prayers that we pray. Lord, help me pour the milk. Help me pour it. Pour. Help me stop. Okay. We don't pray those prayers, right? We just live. But you know what happens? That we get into other parts of our lives and where we should be praying and we should be asking for things that we don't have. We just try to live and we blow those things up. We should be saying in these relationships where we feel no love, where we have no love, where we constantly repeat the same horrible behaviors over and over again, we should be saying, God, I don't love this guy. I don't love this son of mine. I don't love this wife of mine. I don't love this coworker. You're going to have to give me the love that I don't have for this person, please. Well, we skip that prayer and we go right into just repeating the same horrible stuff that we've already. Are you with me? No, we need. What's it say in James about wisdom? If you lack wisdom, ask. Do you think that would go for love too? I think so. God's looking down on us and He says, I got a big bucket of love here. And I'm living life through you, and I'm supposed to be living life through you. Would you please just ask for some love and we'll go do it together? because I have the love that you lack. And I could, so people come to me all the time and they say, am I really supposed to love my enemy?